Well, here's the thing.
What is it?
Well, here's the thing. Well, here's the thing. Okay. Well, here's the thing.
My husband.
Feels longer today.
We out here MMA, not podcast, but show. Yeah, we talking things that you probably didn't know when we taking things to places that you
What's up, everyone? Welcome to We Out Here MMA, not podcast, but show, but now podcast. We have an amazing episode today. I'm here with my beautiful husbands. Obviously, at the top left, holding it down is thick, juicy Alec Acosta, and the gayest husband out of all of us, but with a heart of gold. Give it for Nick, the ear. And we have a special husband in the room tonight for this fine evening. He was putting some chapstick on those beautiful Korean DSLs. You
David
guys know
Solips.
David Solips. You know him from honestly probably one of the best independent podcasts on the YouTubes right now. Genius Brain Podcast. And guess what? He also does 14 other food podcasts. So if you miss one food podcast, you don't have to listen to the other 13 because
I just be talking shit all day
about fucking food. What?
And owner of the hottest street clothing brand on the market right now.
He owns Supreme, guys. This guy
I own Supreme.
Fuck Supreme. Secret Society all day. Supreme can lick my ball sack.
Let's
Guys,
go, Deucey.
Give it up for the guy who doesn't believe in light sparring, David.
Oh, can we also say too? I do believe in light sparring, and then Gilbert's ankles just crumbles on him for no reason.
Bro, I was telling this guy, David doesn't do anything. He just blocks a hook, and I just sprained my ankle immediately. I'm out for 2 weeks.
I was like, we were doing such a good job.
Hey, why don't we ask Dylan if you believe in light sparring?
This guy's
that's different. Dylan deserved it. Nah, he's a great guy, especially when his face gets punched.
Ooh.
Yes, kidding.
Nick, what are your thoughts on guys in the past you've trained with that don't believe in light sparring? Do you hate them? What is your hot take on that?
You know, I've been hurt by them a lot of times, but you know,
Emotionally.
I think emotionally, physically, but at the end of the day, you just have to learn who they are, and David is one of them. So you just have to plan accordingly, and that's it. That's just how you have to deal with that situation.
What a political. This is a political answer from Nick. Nick doesn't treat it that way. He actually hurts people that don't light spar. I've seen this guy knock a TikToker out with the left hook, and very aggressive for a teacher. Honestly, very aggressive for a teacher.
Oh yeah, which TikToker was it? Gil?
Yeah, when they woke up, they started doing Vine, and it's not even around anymore.
They couldn't find the app. They figured it out.
Hey,
Where am I?
So I've trained with Nick for like 5 years, and I think
What
I've
is
seen
this?
him only like drop rocks one person.
I know, dude. We're not saying who, man.
I'm not gonna say who, but we were all at Lionheart, and let's just say I'm not the fondest of this person.
Bro, I didn't drop nobody, dog. What are you talking about?
Oh, I know.
You
who
guys
you're
are getting
talking
too
about.
spicy, bro.
No,
You guys are getting too
look
crazy.
at your face. Your face getting too serious because you don't knock this guy out.
Actually, you know
basically.
what? Technically, he didn't drop, but his knees got really weak, and then he was like, "Oh."
And then he had ACL surgery after that.
I honestly don't know who you're talking about. Are you guys? This is a bit.
Oh my
Nobody.
god!
No, his
He's
knees
like-
got weak. His arms got heavy, and he ate mom's spaghetti. Come on now.
Ooh.
Come on.
It's the guy that remember. It's the guy that tried to break my knee in. That's all I'm gonna say.
Come on, dude. You don't remember the
Hey,
left
you know what?
hook of death?
That never
either?
happened, bro. That never happened.
Oh, yes,
Nick
that
got
did.
it.
Yes, it
Yeah,
did.
now it's happening.
Because Gilbert and I looked at each other. We went,
Same time.
wow.
I went,
Wow.
never fuck with Nick. Never fuck with Nick. That's what I said to myself. This guy's
Never
a
throw
bully.
hard at Nick.
This guy's a bully. All right, guys.
never
All
Let's,
roll
right,
with
so we have a
Nick.
show to talk about, right?
Nick
or
is
never,
un-
or never roll with Nick after he rolls with Ricky, because then he's angry, and then you gotta roll with him after. And then
You just sound like a fucking asshole, bro.
Hey,
Like,
one
I
of the
sound like a
funniest
piece of
things that I
shit.
ever saw is when we were at Akko's place, right? And then, so if you guys don't know, Nick and Ricky have trained for a long time together. So, and they're about the same size, so they can go aggressive with each other because they're both fighters. One of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. This fool Ricky kind of had like Nick in like a light crucifix, and he wasn't doing anything. And this fool Nick goes, "Do something, pussy!" I was like, "Oh my word!"
Wait, as a bit or
That was a
real?
bit, bro. That was a
This
total
was-
bit.
Yes. He was like, "Hurry up and do something, pussy!" I'm like, "Oh my word!"
It's reverse psychology, bro. It's what you do to people when they just hold you. You know what I
And when
mean?
they were
You gotta
done,
start
he had a
talking some
fat
shit.
booger on his neck because Ricky fucking.
Bro, he did. He had a giant little mocha on my neck, dude.
This fool was so mad at him.
Bro,
That was
Booger-
pretty crazy how big that booger was, though.
It was
That
Booger
out of
huge.
nowhere.
TKO, Booger TKO, dog.
I got fucked up that day, bro, by everybody. Shit.
That's why I'm sorry, Nick. I know Nick hates being portrayed as a fighter that's an asshole. Nick is not. He just hurts
Nah,
people
a
when you don't
fighter in
listen to him.
general, bro. Fuck.
Okay,
Fuck you,
fine.
dog.
Content
Fuck
creator. I'm
you.
sorry. Guys,
night.
let's get into our fight recap. No cap. We had a fight night at the Apex, obviously. A wonderful fight. Somebody say a man was taught a lesson to keep his mouth shut. Calvin Kattar beats a Giga in a 5-round war. Alex, I'm gonna give you the first chance to give your thoughts. I know you and I both chose Kattar, but you were really not wanting Giga to win. What played out? How do you feel?
It wasn't that I wasn't wanting him to win. I was a little disappointed though in the way that he was talking. It's just like for him to go and say that because he beat Edson Barbosa, he beat the toughest fighter in the division. I was like, oh, so you're just overlooking the top 5 when Edson, I promise you, isn't the hardest fight in the division, And then so I even texted right before when Nick texted us, I even texted, I went back and rewatched the Edson Barbosa fight just to get a little refresher on it because I hadn't watched it in a while. And Edson was catching him with boxing and kind of hurting him and kind of like making him look like he was a little tired. And out of, Edson Barbosa is the top level striker, but out of his striking, I'd say his boxing is probably not the best. Like I feel like he's had issues with boxing before. So I was like, oh, Kattar's going to win this. Mentally, Giga's already just overlooking everybody, thinking that no one's on his level when he should. I mean, featherweight's a crazy weight class. And then he's over here, I watched him. He was getting caught with boxing. Just all that type of stuff leading into it. I was just like, he's not going to win this fight. Kattar's too good, and everybody remembers like what Nick always says because he's smart. You only get remembered by your last fight, or what's the term?
Something like that. Yeah. That's pretty good. That's it. That's true.
Some
Yeah,
shit.
Nick's phrase is "do something, pussy."
Do
Yup.
something. Like when Nick says "do something, pussy." So basically, everybody just remembers Max Holloway beating the shit out of Kattar, but they don't remember is Kattar beating the shit out of everyone else, Max Holloway. So I was confident that Kattar was gonna win.
David, we were talking. I forgot that day you broke my ankle from doing nothing. You were saying
Slipped on a banana peel.
that you were like, "Oh, dude, Giga's kicks. Those are going to be the key. Those kicks will be able to keep the distance away from Kattar and doing the boxing."
Listen, I don't know shit.
No, but I mean, I think Giga looked like he was doing that at the beginning.
You know
I think
what it was,
he maybe
man?
gassed.
Like,
I mean,
is that I like Giga's kicks a lot, right? Who doesn't?
so
right?
fun to watch.
Kattar also has a very, very, very long torso, and he loves kicking up in the middle. And also, too, like when you crack somebody in the body so hard, they start to drop their hands a little bit. So I assumed that was going to happen, but I never expected Kattar to, especially because of the devastating loss he had to Max, and that was his last fight. I thought mentally he might have been a little fucked, but it was a different game. He actually, I felt like he picked up a lot of what Max taught him: high volume, high pressure, don't give them space to breathe. Because when you're a kicker, you need a strong base, Barry Robinson, strong base.
Ooh, shots fired.
To launch those kicks. But if you're constantly pressuring somebody, you had them on their back foot, you're going to be tired as fuck. So he depleted his gas tank, and Giga has never been in a 5-round fight. And you saw that shit. Dude, Kattar too, unbelievable elbows.
Oh my God, dude.
Amazing.
Probably the
Amazing.
highest percentage of like spinning elbows landed for sure.
Yeah,
In one fight.
Yeah. In one fight. He was doing some really unorthodox shit too. Like if he missed his cross or his jab, he was ending it with a back fist just so he couldn't catch his bearings. So every time Giga was moving back, if Kattar missed, he made him pay with something else. So Giga was just so like he just couldn't get his bearings right. He couldn't get his base, as they would say.
Nick, thoughts on Coach Barry Robinson?
I think he's a great coach. Sometimes he's a little kooky, but what the hell do I know?
Dude, how did you feel about the fight, Nick, as you were watching it? Because I know honestly, that you were high on Giga. Honestly, winning this.
I just thought style-wise, it was going to be a really tough matchup for Calvin Kattar, especially after his kind of like what David said after that loss. Giga is so dynamic in his striking, in his boxing combinations, his kicks. I think he just didn't expect Calvin Kattar to be around that long. And I think that fucked with him mentally. And I think Calvin Kattar did a good job, like what David said about he kind of changed his game. He took a little bit from Max. And before the Max Holloway fight, Calvin Kattar was like he was like notoriously low for striking volume. Just would kind of pick and wait his shots a little bit.
He was a counter striker more, right?
Yeah, and almost like he would just wait almost too long sometimes for a fight. So now we see him pick up his style, pressing forward exactly the way David said, just kind of got out inside of that kicking range, and Giga just kept backpedaling. And I think he did that a little too much and just didn't have a diverse enough striking skill set against Calvin. But then again, the kicks take a lot of energy, and he was ripping those kicks up the middle, and Calvin Kattar seemed unfazed by that. Seriously. And if that's your best shot and you're supposed to beat a guy like Calvin Kattar and you expect him to land those shots big and nothing happens, I think that takes it fucks with your head mentally a little bit. So Calvin Kattar is he's on another level, man. I think the extra fights that he's had against the top level competition really pulled him through this fight. And I think he's on the other side. He's going to end up on the other side of the top 5 after he fought Max Holloway. And after he looked in this fight, he looked so good, man. So he answered all the questions and all the doubts that we had about him. So I feel like
you had
sky's the limit.
You had about him. I said fucking 500
strikes,
bro. Insane.
That's crazy.
Hey,
he landed. He got outlanded by like 500 strikes, which is nuts. So I don't know. I just thought he was going to be a different fighter coming in, and he showed that he got better. So that's amazing.
Mm-hmm. I was just gonna say, I'm happy for him because what happened to him like last January, he got to reverse the story. So now, like this January, we're talking about how bad he beat up Giga. But at the end of the day, the best is blessed. It should show you how fucking good Max Holloway is, bruh. Max Holloway is a fucking monster, and he's running through everybody, and he beat Volkanovski that second fight. Me and David watched it together. We knew that he won, or no? Did we watch the first one or the second one?
We watched the first one together. Second one, he definitely won. Nobody thinks that he lost.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can't wait till he gets that rematch.
I think like Kattar too, he was just a complete fighter. You see the takedowns? He just gave him so much more things to worry about. And also too, we forget, like the crazy thing is, like, especially with like a kicker, because I love kicking, right? If you don't have like that strong foundation, you can't launch that shit. How often was Kattar switching stances like seamlessly? Walking forward, switching stances. And it didn't allow him to, he just couldn't do anything because every time he thought that he was set to throw that kick, he was in the opposite stance. So it's like, what are you going to do? It was kind of masterful. I'm like, I don't know who this fighter is.
It was so subtle.
Yeah.
And also too, going back to the takedown, I forgot about that. That changed the whole fight.
Bro, that looked like Giga. That gassed him.
I think that was always the worry about Giga going into featherweight and like entering that top 10 and entering like the higher competition. It was like, how is his wrestling going to hold up? How is his style going to change? And then you see what happens. It's kind of almost like the paradigm right now is that like in MMA, you if you're going to be a really good striker, you have to be a really good boxer. Like we haven't seen the really, really amazing kickboxers able to make that transition to be able to like wrestle and handle that. No, of course, but he's also at the top of the top. Like he's the highest level.
He different.
He different, you know. So
he black.
Like another another example is like Rafael Fiziev. Like how is he going to be? How he fights a guy like RDA on striking wise, they seem to be on par with each other. But RDA has a really good takedown. Like he has a really good ground game. So it's like, how is that going to change the fight against Rafael Fiziev? So
Manscaped!
Cheers to 2022 and resolutions you can actually keep. How about upgrading your grooming routine for the new year? Our sponsors at Manscaped are here to make the ball drop into 2022 the cleanest ever. Set your first New Year's resolution with good intentions and join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with the exclusive offer. Go to manscaped.com and use the code WeOutHere for 20% off and free shipping.
Ooh, guys, I'm about to talk about something really quick. I'm going to talk about my New Year's resolutions. Update. I actually started one in December because I knew I probably wouldn't start in January. I wanted to get it going. So you guys know, I've been a little bit of weight loss. I'm about to finally break 13 pounds so far.
Let's
I'm about to-
go.
Your boy finally gonna break that 200 probably tomorrow. I'm sitting at 90.2 kg because I don't know how to
Good for
change
you.
it to pounds on
Wow.
my scale. But the
Times it by
second
2.2.
resolution, look, guys, I keep a hefty bush. And guess who doesn't like it? My fiance.
I don't like it either.
She says,
Me
she
neither.
says, she always finds like Skittles in there. She's like, "Are you still eating candy?" I was like, no. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna shave it. I'm gonna use that with the Performance Package 4.0. It's gonna come with the Lawnmower 4.0 in there. I'm gonna use that. I'll say this right now. I'll be honest. I'll start short. I'm gonna do once a month. I'll properly groom it with the Lawnmower 4.0. Hold me to it. I'll show you guys for accountability once a month.
Okay. Yeah, send it to the group chat. But guys, it's the new year, new me with the global leaders in male grooming. This year, take your grooming to the next level with their Performance Package 4.0 and my personal favorite, the brand new Ultra Premium Body Wash. Okay, guys, inside the Performance Package 4.0, you'll find the Signature Lawnmower 4.0. This
Okay.
electric trimmer is designed to trim hair on loose
Stop.
skin,
Stop
preferably
it.
Gilbert's sack.
It's so loose. Keep going.
Mhm. The advanced skin safe technology reduces cuts on Gilbert and nicks all over. Okay.
So Nick won't be all over him.
It also comes equipped with a 4,000K LED spotlight that will
Stop
shine the
it.
light to the promised land. 2022 looks to be.
Oh my
All right,
God.
guys. So get 20% off and free shipping with the code We Out Here at Manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code We Out Here at Manscaped.com. It's a new year, new me in 2022 with Manscaped.
And one more thing, just to really nail it in, be sure to travel to manscaped.com for our exclusive offer, 20% off plus free shipping with the code We Out Here. I just had to say it one more time for good measure.
20%
Let's go.
off. It's gonna be interesting. Same type of kind of like style matchup.
All right, well, let's play. Go ahead.
Sorry. Last thing for me too, what I thought was impressive on Cater is to me he looked like he got tired, like early on, like after the grappling. But man, he kept the pace.
Going.
He kept going, and like David was saying, like he was switching stance all the time, and like even though he looked tired, man, he just kept going forward. Never let Giga kind of get his little get his fight going. So it was pretty impressive, honestly. I thought it was really good because it was just a striking fight, and Giga has better kicks and he has decent boxing. So it was gonna be a really cool fight, and I'm just happy that it was cool because other than that, I thought the card was just it was good, but that fight for me was like, damn, all right, this was worth waiting because that shit was fucking good.
Let's play matchmaker on this. Cater. I mean, he lost to Max, but I think he's back in the mix. So above him at 4, we have Korean Zombie, who I believe he's fighting the champion. Then we have Yair Rodriguez.
Ortega.
He's fighting Ortega.
real.
He needs to fight Ortega.
That's the fight. That's the fight.
That's the
Him or
matchup.
Yair, but I like Ortega better. I like that matchup better.
But
for
you
me
want
too.
him to beat Yair.
No, not even. No, honestly, I was talking mad shit about Yair in the last fight, but man, he looks so good. There's nothing you can say. I think Giga and Yair is a great fight. That's a really fun fight.
That's a fun one.
Or Josh Emmett and like Giga or something. Like you gotta throw him in the mix. We'll see what Arnold Allen and Dan Hooker. We will see what happens with that.
Yeah.
But dude, they need to throw Arnold Allen in the mix, bro. Like he's really good, but nobody gives a shit about it.
Just tweet something. Just tweet one
It's the
thing.
mustache, bro. It's the
He got a mustache?
he got a weird mustache, bro.
Oh,
But here,
man.
no, I like this. I
That'll
like
ruin
this,
your
right?
branding.
Josh Emmett, Giga.
I like that.
I like this better, honestly. Calvin Cater, Brian Ortega. I'm with David. I want to see that fight.
That's what we said, bro. Fuck, man.
No, you guys are saying all year.
See, that's the kind of guy
Yair.
that beats up his students and says shit like, "What are you gonna do now,
Yeah.
pussy?"
I think
You
Josh
would-
Emmett beats
You
the
guys
shit
said
out of Giga, though.
Yair.
Yeah.
Eh,
Wait, do you guys have? Wait, who do you have for Cater Ortega?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's.
I
I'm like,
think,
does Cater? I don't even know what Cater's ground game is. Does he get choked out like
Well,
immediately?
Well, I'll tell
Nah,
you
I don't
this
think
though,
so.
those two both are still. I mean, even after the loss to Max, they showed how good they are, right? Even if Ortega
Yeah.
lost, but at the end of
Yeah.
the day, let's see who can absorb more punches. Both those fools ate 4,000 punches. So I'm trying to, I'm trying to see what's going to happen then. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Cater could pull that. Actually, I don't know. That's
dude,
I
it's
don't know
Ortega, dude. Ortega
I think
coming
it'll
off a loss.
benefit Cater if they can do that like on a pay-per-view card and they can get 3 rounds. and then I think Cater wins. 5 rounds, I think it gets a little scary because then it's just more time for Brian to get on him at somehow. Just like when he did in the Volkanovski fight, it was later on in the fight and locked up 2 submissions out of nowhere, right?
I think Brian loses because he's too in love. That motherfucker, dude. This guy just can't stop posting stories of him and his fucking Cortez all day.
Is it Tracy or Stacy? It's Tracy, right?
It's both of them. That's what her thighs are. That's what her thighs are called. Tracy and Stacy. Those things are so fucking huge. It's like that one guy.
Tracy Cortez has a better chance of being champ than Brian Ortega does.
Oh,
that's a hot take.
That's a hot take.
But also, that's how Alex is trying to slide in. That's Alex trying to slide in DMs. He's trying to put that on the internet now.
Well,
I'll support you, baby.
Marrying that guy.
I've only seen her fight once, and I was not impressed.
You didn't like her? I thought she was pretty good.
Her last fight, no. I think she's. But who knows? I only saw her in one fight, and she looked extremely sloppy. And I think she was just fighting somebody who wasn't on her level. But
I just feel like Valentina's gonna retire soon. Like she's gonna win a couple more, and Tracy Cortez has a lot of time to still build up. So I think, we've seen Ortega get to that title shot multiple times, and he can't pull through. But I mean, if Brian Ortega fights Yair, Calvin Kattar, those are his next fights. Man, I just don't see him winning those. I really don't.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I just want to give a shout out to a couple other fights. I know the card wasn't that crazy, but Borshev, sick body shot, that hook to the body, dropped that man. I think that guy, didn't he win his contender fight? So he's like on a 2-fight knockout streak. So
that guy's so Russian. He's so Russian.
Oh my, the way he can dance and just get all the way down and kick out his legs. I'm like, God damn.
That's what you got out of that? Yo, the way this guy is so flexible.
A lot of UFC fighters are utilizing body shots now. And I think like they're really understanding. They're really understanding like how to use that cage. Because what usually happens up when they see they usually kind of shell up if you're throwing a flurry of strikes.
Oh yeah.
And that liver shot is open. And it's not like ropes where you could bounce out and feed off a little bit. You're stuck.
Yeah.
That's a fucking cage. So that's full impact against a solid object. And once they land that shit, it's pretty amazing when people get that shit right on the liver and they just take it and they're fine. I don't understand that. I don't get it.
I think it's just they
kicked me in my liver.
I think it's what it is. It's like that slight second of like being able to see the punch come and then you're able to brace a little bit better. But if you don't see the shot coming and it comes around your guard and you're like, your eyes are covered up and you're trying not to get knocked out on your feet, I think that body shot, I think that's the body shot that like drops people is the one they don't see coming and they just can't brace.
Should we all film ourselves getting body shot by Alex?
Yeah. But not looking. Not looking. He's gonna break our rib, yo.
I'm okay.
I'm good.
I'm okay.
Nick, was there anything on this card other than I guess Brandon Royval winning? I mean, your girl won. Chikugian.
I don't think she's gonna sign with the UFC. You hear about this? They kept talking about her contracts on when she was fighting, and I was like, oh, okay. But I heard there was a story today saying that I guess she's gonna test free agency.
Oh shit.
So I mean, she's not.
We may not see her again. We may not see her in the UFC again, bro. Like this might be it.
Dana was talking about it was kind of like almost like as if he wanted to work it out. But what I read too was that how like Francis Ngannou's having all these issues with the UFC right now, and Dana White was saying whoever's managing him isn't doing it right, so that's why there's this whole debacle. She has the same manager as Francis Ngannou.
Yo, that management team sucks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're like, we want $2 million our next fight.
He's saying that. What's Francis Ngannou's issue? Right? He's saying that he has no money.
Yeah, he's not making enough money, and then he made a post saying that he's not gonna fight for 500 and 500 anymore, or 600 and 600. I'm like, bro, that's a lot, and then you get pay-per-view numbers. I feel like that's good.
What does he mean? Like listen, he's talking about boxing money or just money?
He wants Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder money, but in UFC. He wants that kind of cash.
Listen, I like Ngannou. He's not that big of a draw.
Of course he's not.
Not to the casuals where he can get like other people. If he knocks out Cyril Gane this weekend, that's maybe gonna help him. But if he knocks out like Brock Lesnar, that's different. You gotta fight Brock Lesnar, bro.
Maybe his fucking manager's jipping him because if he's making like over $500,000 a fight and he's like, I don't have anywhere to go. I'm like, what the fuck? What do you
Isn't he
mean?
sponsored by like
I
Gymshark
back
too?
home.
Like,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
has so many other sponsorships.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's like,
I
I'm
don't
so
know.
hot. I have not eaten for 4 days.
Yeah.
I feel like he
This,
makes money.
this is why you got David for the Francis.
But no, yeah. So I supposedly he said that he's not gonna fight for 500 and 500 anymore, or 600 and 600. I'm like, dude, that's $1 million if you win, and then you're getting pay-per-view points. I feel like
Yeah.
that's a good amount of money compared to what a lot of these other fighters make.
I mean, if he wants to go into boxing, he could see what's up. I don't think he's gonna do that well in boxing, but
No.
it's just like a lot of these MMA fighters too. Like I don't know why they don't respect the art of boxing. Right? It's just a different sport. It's not the same rules. So like when an MMA fighter says like, oh, I'm going to go into boxing and I'm going to take over Tyron Woodley, like I think we're going to have a bit of an issue here. You know, it's just
That's
a different,
different, bro.
sport.
That's different. That's different.
That's different. Driving the car with no roof. Driving the car with no roof.
He had too many. He had too many other things on his mind, bro. Like,
Because what's the argument for Ngannou? He goes, I hit hard, dude. So do a lot of boxers in heavyweight. They hit just as hard, and he's going to find that out.
Yeah, we were talking last week about even that he definitely has no chance against Tyson Fury at all. Stamina, footwork.
No.
He has maybe a very small puncher's chance against Deontay Wilder, and that's about it.
Hey,
But
Deontay might arguably knock his ass out.
Exactly.
That's a firefight right there.
Yeah.
But he gets paid. He'll probably get paid lots of money for that. So if he wants to get paid,
And it's
get
10
knocked
ounce
out,
gloves.
Yeah.
And it's 10 ounce
And,
glove.
you
That's
know,
a big
Tyson-
difference.
Tyson Fury's kind of building that shit up right now, bro.
He wants
like,
easy
hey,
fight.
All for if Ngannou can win this fight and retire from MMA and go to Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury obviously wants that fight and he can make like 30 mil, 40 mil, fuck it, go for it, bro. But
Do you think if Ngannou leaves the UFC after this fight, win or lose, do you think that's like one of the that's like a wasted talent? Don't you think? Like he belongs in MMA. He
Of
shouldn't
course.
like if he wants to fight boxing for sure, but I feel like he's barely scratching the surface, the skill set. I know it's a lot harder. Like he's when he fought Stipe, think about how good he looked. Like he looked he looked completely different. So I don't know. I feel like it sucks that they have these issues, but I would like to see him stay. I don't want.
I
him
just
to go
feel
to
like
boxing.
I feel like it is and it isn't. It's just because I feel like at heavyweight there's just isn't really names. I mean, Cyril Gahn, he's good, but he's not really a name. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, he will be
and
Saturday. You
and
dick.
Stipe's
think
not
so,
really
too.
like the issue with heavyweight is just there's not really names except like Derek Lewis, you know. But in the whole grand scheme of things, they're not really like names. So like, if he can go fight a Tyson Fury, you know, he's gonna make so much more money than he ever will in a UFC fight.
He's gonna
You know,
lose.
but he makes from what he said that I was like, bro, I feel like that's good money.
Hey, if
compared
he
to
wants,
what
if he wants to go into boxing, I mean, obviously we ain't his daddy. All right, you can do whatever you want.
I am.
Call me daddy
But-
though, bro. Call me
But
daddy.
I just don't think he's gonna have such a lucrative career in boxing as he think he will. Right?
He'll be a one and done.
I think he'll have a couple of matches, and it's gonna be like, oh, okay, like he's super strong, but these guys are just as strong as him, and they're just way more technical.
After this fight, do you think he leaves the UFC and tests free agency?
I think so. And to be honest with you, like I like Francis Ngannou. Who doesn't, right? His story is amazing, where he came from. Everything is really dope about him. But for some reason, for him, he's not one of those people that I care to see that often. It's like, cool, he's fighting. I'm like, all right. It's also because, once again, like you said too, he just recently started becoming a complete fighter. So my opinion might change if he fights Cyril Gahn and we see like the next level of Francis Ngannou. Yeah, then I would really love to see him stay in the UFC. But if not, then it's just like, you can leave. There's also amazing heavyweights. We already got fucking, Shuey, Mr. Shuey.
Yeah.
I'm my boy.
Aspinall, all these like up and comer guys that are coming through the ranks.
They have better personalities. They hit fucking hard too, and they're a lot more technical and they're a lot more fun to watch. I'm okay watching them too without Francis Ngannou. I love Francis though.
You didn't like his knockout over Rosenstruck? You didn't think that was very technical or what?
Oh yeah, you mean just swing and bang?
Hey, to me, that was the cleanest form I've ever seen. Just
I like how Rosenstruck hit him like 6 times and he just didn't feel it.
Bro, that's the thing.
He just kept walking forward.
Yeah.
Well, since we're already talking about Francis, let's actually skip the news stories and we'll get to that to the end. Let's just talk about UFC 270. We have a heavyweight main event fight. Francis Ngannou, who we've been talking about, versus Cyril Gahn. I think we got to do our picks. Let's decide who we got. I'll start it off. I'm going to have to go with, I've been saying this for the whole year, Cyril Gahn the guy's footwork, he's gonna beat Francis. I really think he's gonna beat Francis. He's gonna play it safe. He's gonna keep the distance and pop, pop, pop. Francis goes down. That's the end of the story. Nick.
This is I've been going back and forth, like I always fucking say, but I do think Cyril's gonna win this. I think Francis can end the fight anytime, right? He's always gonna be a threat from round 1 to round 5. But do I feel like as the fight goes on, it's going to be more in favor for Cyril Gane, because I think he has the skill set to be able to manage Francis's power. I think he's very methodical, very measured, doesn't really take any unnecessary risks, and he's very cerebral. He could adapt to whatever is happening. The way he fought Derek Lewis has the most KOs in the UFC history, right?
Yep. Probably scary. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, it is.
So, he was able to flawlessly pick apart Derek Lewis. I know Derek Lewis and Francis are two different fighters, but I feel like it's going to look similar. But I do think Francis is going to touch Cyril, and I think he's going to test that power, and I think he's going to be fine. But fuck, I don't know. But I got Cyril.
David, you going with power, or you going to go with technicality?
I'm going to go with Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane's going to make it a very, very boring fight for everybody. He's going to bounce around. He's going to move around that cage. And even when you saw Francis Ngannou fight Stipe last time, his mouth was open. He was still breathing heavy. He was a lot better. But something about being a fucking probably standing weight 280 something pound man and having to cut that weight, dog, this guy is going to tire the fuck out. And the crazy thing about Cyril Gane, and people forget, Cyril Gane is the same size as Francis Ngannou. But look at how well he moves. He does not tire out. His cardio base is insane. So, right? Yeah, they're both 6'4". They're both 6'4". He has he has a little shorter reach, but other than that, they're the same size.
He moves like a 185er. 185er.
Have you guys been watching the embeddeds?
I haven't kept
I just
up.
watched the first episode so far.
Cyril didn't ever see him in much at all. He's a very likable guy. I get like very GSP vibes from this dude.
I think he's French.
Oh shit, they're both French.
God, well, look at that. Well, the other one's Canadian French. He's different.
Yeah, he has a funnier accent.
The way you said that. Yeah. The other one's different.
Yeah, he's different. He's Canadian French. He ain't real French.
Yeah, dude, he's fake, bro.
Alex, you going with Ngannou?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever felt more like a casual than when I'm picking this fight, because to me it just, it's like, there's knockout power, there's knockout artists, but just Ngannou is different, dude. Like it's different. And they released this sparring footage and all this type of shit, and everybody's seen the footage of Cyril Gane piecing him up. But if you watch the countdown, there's also footage of Ngannou landing a good amount on Cyril Gane, and that he's holding it back because they're sparring. Yeah. So I'm like, Ngannou, he's not the lightest on his feet, but he does move decently. He goes forward. Derek Lewis likes to stay in one spot and trying to counter a lot, and then here and there will try to explode. I think Ngannou's going to go forward. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we see Ngannou try to go for a takedown.
Is this going to be a normal size cage?
Yeah, normal size cage.
Yeah, then I'm going to go with Cyril. If it was a smaller cage, Francis all day.
Yeah.
Francis all day.
Yeah, he'll smother the fuck out of him. Look what happened to Wonder Boy in his last fight. Right? That small cage was his biggest demise. Like, people think it's probably because Wonder Boy's getting, which he is. He's a little older, and I've seen he's a little slower, but that cage fucked him over super bad.
Yeah.
But I just think, and honestly, I think the coach, I think the whole it's crazy to me how like that Fernand guy is like he's so hungry for like fame. Like, he's trying to get in all these interviews. He's talking all this shit about Francis. He's releasing their sparring footage. He's doing all this type of shit.
Some wild shit.
And I'm just like, man, I don't know. I think Ngannou's gonna win this fight. I think he's probably gonna knock him out in like round 2. For me, it's always weird because like when you've never seen somebody get knocked out, like I just can't picture it. So it was like the same with Chris Dawkins when he fought Derek Lewis. He had never been knocked out or anything like that. And I just can't like picture him getting knocked out, but then Derek Lewis goes and just puts his ass to fucking sleep, right? Yeah. I think it's the same with Cyril Gane. We're not used to seeing it, but I think, and I feel pretty positive that Ngannou is gonna land on him. And
How much you want to bet?
you just can't. You just can't get landed on by Ngannou.
I think it's just different because like I only don't see him knocking out Cyril Gane is because of his stance. It's so wide, it's very karate, and then you see him throw oblique kicks too. So he does a lot of like just range fuck ups, like fuck you, get out of my range type of shit.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So if he's gonna continually, Barry Robinson, break his base with those oblique kicks, right? I really don't see him being able to throw those heavy shots. I mean, hopefully Cyril Gane's not going to throw these throwaway little like calf kicks and low kicks, because that's where he's going to get caught. Nope. Everybody thinks that they could just kind of, take away Francis Ngannou's legs. You're not going to do that. He's just going to throw one down the pipe, and he knocks out people with this forearm. Yeah,
and honestly too, like what you said, David, earlier about making his ability to make the fight boring. That's going to be so important. Because what happens if you make Francis if you make the fight boring, I think he's going to overreact. I think he's going to, I think the chances that he's going to take to try to get a knockout are going to be a lot bigger. So I don't know. I think like what you said, it's his ability to manage the distance and to stop the attacks from coming, I think is going to be a big skill set that Cyril Gane
feels no pressure to make an exciting fight. You saw that shit with Derek Lewis. He doesn't give a fuck about the booze. He just cares about the win and making sure he doesn't get knocked out. And he did a great job.
He's ranked. He's ranked number 64 in FIFA in the world. Yo?
That.
Come on, bro.
My
that's
last
high level, yo.
Who's Cyril Gane?
Yeah, Cyril Gane.
So random
in the video game, bro. Is that crazy?
Fucking mouse or whatever his game control looks like this little.
It's just like
my last two things. So this is the first time Ngannou's an underdog as well, I believe. So
that's crazy.
It's either gonna help him or it's gonna not help him. But my last thing, the only reason, honestly, I know, like I said, it feels very casual for me to be saying that, but I do think that he's gonna knock Cyril out. But the only thing that worries me is because Dana White said something about Ngannou's contract. So he said if Ngannou wins this fight, he has to fight one more time. Like it's part of the contract. Technically, because this isn't a title defense, it's.
You think he's gonna throw the fight? He's gonna pull a T-Wood?
Yeah, I don't. So he says because it's a title unification, so it doesn't count as a defense. But when you're the champion, you have to, in your contract, defend the belt one time.
Oh, is that why they made him the interim champion?
Yeah.
You think that's what happened? Wow,
that's a good makes me nervous is because if he really wants out of this contract, all he needs to do is lose the fight. So that's the only thing that worries me.
He wouldn't.
But
I don't think so.
Tyson Fury's all for this fucking boxing fight. But at the end of the day, like you guys are saying, because he needs to win for that fight to happen. Tyson Fury's not going to fight him if he loses. But that's the only thing for me. For some reason, man, I keep playing scenarios in my head. It's Cyril Gane's going to be too close, bro.
Francis Ngannou do not want Tyson Fury, dude. He will out cardio the fuck out of him. That fool moves like 150 pounder, dude. For a
he really does.
Giant. You don't want that smoke, dude.
It would be cool to see though, to like watch, because I would like to see Fury like knock him out or something like that, because like you've never seen Ngannou. You've seen Ngannou get like punched in the face and he just like his face is so huge. So
you dossa,
dude. I'm gonna say this right now. Cyril Gane is gonna TKO Francis Ngannou. Dude, you were talking about that sparring footage.
I think fourth round, bro. I think fourth round,
bro. I even think second round, because you saw that sparring footage.
Shit.
Like, look, they're going light in sparring, but it might just be me just watching them light spar, and that's what light sparring is, David. Watch that video.
That's to your ankle, you puss.
It's like bleeding right now. You talking to me? But no, like you can see, there's such a difference where even this light sparring, you see Francis throwing like just shots that look, I don't know, the technique doesn't even look on point, and you see Cyril like just bouncing around like the karate stance. You're like, this guy is like on another movement level in the heavyweight division.
Found it hilarious in that sparring footage how Francis Ngannou's arms are the same length as his legs.
They are long.
His fool's arms are so fucking long. His elbows were at his knees.
Dude, that guy's built to fucking beat the shit out of people.
Kill people, dude.
Dude, I hope someone says that in the commentary table. This guy's arms are so fucking long.
No. Look at this motherfucker.
And it's like, Joe, why are you talking like that, Joe Rogan?
You know what it is. I'm Steven Seagal, baby.
Guys, we have a co-main event. I like this one a lot. We're talking about a rematch. Is that what you call
Trilogy.
Trilogy.
Uh-huh.
Brandon Moreno, Si Se Puede Zapatos versus Davidson Figueiredo. Yo, I am always gonna go Moreno on this, but I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Davidson-
dude. That's how I feel.
You never
too.
know with Figueiredo. And
Fuck.
is he gonna have his hair blonde? Is it not? We don't know.
He's
We
the
don't
god of
know.
war, bro.
We'll start with
Figueiredo can suck my nuts.
Ooh, hot
And
take.
mine too at the same time. So me and
Oh,
David
shit.
will be butt naked right next to each other, dipping
Oh
our nuts.
shit.
Ooh, this sounds-
By the way, people who are listening to this, this is just I'm just being very hyperbolic. Okay. we're just talking about this as a fan. I'm not a fighter. All right. This is just commentary. All right.
The ultimate casual show.
Yeah. So what I mean by that is Figueiredo can suck my nuts. All right.
Ooh.
Fucking sushi chef.
Actually, please. Hey man, you love sushi, dog.
I really do.
Hey, can you please elaborate on that? Why do you feel this way about Figueiredo?
Figueiredo to me is a fighter that bullies people by his size.
What about his sushi making skills? What do you think
Well,
about that? What's your
I
take
bet
on
you
that?
he only makes California rolls with
Only
Which,
fake crab meat.
Yeah, only
which is still
fake crab
delicious.
meat.
Which is still fucking
I do like fake crab meat.
Uh,
But
uh,
I think what I've seen in every single one of his fights, he tries to bully people with his size, right? And I know people talk about he has high level jiu-jitsu, which is fair. But a lot of people have high level jiu-jitsu at this level. For him, I've seen him just bully people with his size, and he found out that he can't do that, especially with the fighter who's as gritty and technical as Brandon Moreno. And I feel like Brandon Moreno is just somebody who just refuses to let go of that belt. I see a lot of comparisons to Brandon Moreno with what's his face, Oliveira. He had to scratch his way
Ooh.
back up to the top. You're
Yeah.
trying to take away a belt from somebody like that. We'll see. Davidson Figueiredo is too big for this weight class, and he has a lot of trouble cutting weight. And that's probably one of the things that kind of fucks him up every time in these fights. And you see it. You see it with somebody like Brandon Moreno. He wasn't going to let him take shit from him. I think he got gassed out. He's a really, really big guy. And what we found out in the previous fights, and by the way, too, I actually thought Brandon won that first fight too.
Oh,
So to me, Brandon's up 2.
and that's
You know?
the record that counts.
Oh, come on.
Alex, why do you also hate the sushi chef?
Well, I mean, I can tell you he ain't cutting up no sashimi this weekend.
So stupid.
Sashimi.
But I've been saying it. What David just said, and I've said it on this show for Davidson Figueiredo's last 3 fights. The way I used to say the weight cut at some point is gonna start getting to him. And the first fight, I thought he looked horrible, and that fight was really close. Yeah, I thought Figueiredo, or not Figueiredo, I thought Moreno won as well. But whatever, it was a draw. Cool. That second fight came around. I was like, bro, he looks like he's about to die on the scale. So I was like, there's no way he's winning. It's just every fight that he's had that I watched him, every time he goes to the scale, he looks worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And I don't think it's gonna get easier. I don't see it getting easier for him. I just think at this point, Figueiredo or Moreno is just more technical. He has better footwork. His boxing's cleaner. He's not a big old power puncher. His boxing's way cleaner. He has good ground game. I mean, dude, I just don't see how he's. I know that he went to he's at Fight Ready now, trying to work on his wrestling because he got choked out. I'm like, that's cool, but you're not working any grappling. You're working wrestling. I mean, it's just it's weird. I don't know.
And he didn't lose.
Talks,
And he didn't lose. He didn't lose because his fucking jiu-jitsu or his grappling isn't great. That's not why he got choked out. He doesn't need to work on that. He's just not supposed to be in this weight class. He's gassed. That's what it was. He gave up his neck because he couldn't hang. That's what, in my personal opinion. And by the way, people forget Moreno actually has the reach advantage, and so he doesn't even have that in this fight.
This guy just looked at the screen.
And I don't know about y'all, but I'm just like, bro, why does this third fight have to happen? I feel like in a draw, they're each, they're even.
Yeah.
So it's just like he won the next one, so he's up. You don't need to even anything out.
It's probably the biggest in the UFC standpoint, like money fight in terms of like cutting promos and stuff. I don't even know who would the Assassin Baby fight.
Kai Kara France.
Yeah. Okay, fine. That was good. CKB.
Izzy's team, yeah, because they could do Izzy
All right,
Whitaker.
that was good.
They
Okay.
could do Izzy Whitaker and then fucking Kai versus Brandon Moreno.
Oh, that's
you know what
fine.
I'm saying?
TJ Dillashaw cuts weight again.
Next headline: TJ Dillashaw dies.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah, so with that, I got Moreno. Just saying, because I didn't get my pick. I got Moreno. I think he's gonna win even more. You know, he's gonna win. He's probably gonna choke him out again in like this third round or something like that.
all right, say less. I'm gonna just say Espanol over Portuguese. Done. So Nick, you have to decide right now, or you have to tell us why Figueiredo is winning
Well, I'll tell you why Figueiredo is winning, bro.
and why you're choosing.
Because
him.
I'm choosing him because one, sushi chef, two,
Got to.
hairstylist.
Got to.
He's versatile. All right. And you're talking about a guy who beat Joseph Benavidez twice. Okay.
Oh yeah, okay. I think the other 2 points were stronger than that.
And
That's fine.
hold
Hey, look
on.
at my face. Look, hey, say Joseph Benavidez real quick, and then look at my face.
Joseph
Joseph
Benavidez.
Benavidez. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
Shame me.
Hey,
That's
Joseph
fucked up.
Benavidez, by the way, he's in Sacramento, my hometown. Nicest dude ever. Never met him, but I heard stories.
Hey,
And
I
he's
don't-
a-
What does that mean? Like
I
allegations? You
Hey,
can't just
I
do
didn't-
that.
I didn't
No,
say-
there's some serious allegations about Joseph Benavidez being a really nice guy.
Hey,
I
he
didn't say I
decided to
did-
marry somebody who looks like Ben Shapiro. All right.
I didn't say I didn't like him, but say his name again one more time.
Joseph Benavidez.
Benavidez. Oh, he went the other. Oh, he did double. He lost his entire
Like,
neck.
okay, like he beat him twice. Okay.
Nick,
I'll
give us
say
the
this,
real
I'll say
rundown
this.
why Davison can beat him. Go.
I think him being with Henry Cejudo at that camp, I think it might be the difference maker for him. I think that's what it's going to be. I think I think the wrestling is going to play a big factor. I think
Didn't work
it's
out for
another-
Zhang Wei Li.
But look at Zhang Wei Li. She looked better. She looked better.
And
You know
still
what I
got
mean?
that
ass beat.
But also though, like people were yelling racial obscenities to her, so
Oh my
that affected
God.
her.
He's
fucking
working
fight
with
as
John
well.
Jones. John Jones still beat up his wife. So
What?
I don't know.
He
I'm just
did.
drawing
He
parallels.
did. He
Hey,
did.
honestly,
he did.
too, bro. Here's the thing: like that whole team, I feel like with the coach right now, like a lot, it's weird. And honestly, I don't feel like even John Jones. I think when he comes to heavyweight, I'm with DC on that. I don't think he's beating Francis or Cyril Gane, bro.
Yeah.
To be straight up,
None of
with
them
you.
beat Joseph Benavidez, bro. Like, I understand
I
what
mean,
you're
that's
talking
because they didn't
about,
want to
dog.
hurt the man. They
'Cause
knew
we
that
heard-
he was, they
And
knew that
also,
he was,
we
you
heard some
know.
things. We also heard some things.
Megan O'Leary does look like Ben Shapiro, dude. Like
I
they're like
know.
related.
How dare you do that to her?
Fucking
How
related.
dare you do that to her? She's a
love-
nice woman.
So Nick,
is,
you
is.
have Figueroa.
I have a gut feeling that Davison is gonna win. But usually my gut feeling is wrong. So, you know, I think it's a good pick to pick Brandon Moreno. I think
Wow.
he's the favorite for a reason, but I think I'm going with Davison because
There-
of the sushi chef stuff.
We have it. Nick is picked against the grain. Let's see what happens. Next fight. Let's do some quick picks from now on. I'm gonna go with Lima. I like this guy a lot. If you're a crazy human being and you're doing flips in the cage, and if you're also the other fighter who doesn't have a picture, I'm picking the guy with a picture. So
Is he
I'm gonna
fighting
go-
somebody who died? Who is this person?
He's
It's a
coming
ghost.
into the UFC, and this guy is gonna beat Michael Pereira, bro.
Oh
He's
shit!
gonna-
Tell me more
he's,
about this guy.
He's gonna beat this dude.
Who is this
Andre's
guy?
legit, man. He has some big wins. He has big wins over what's his name?
He's 0-0
James
and
Vick.
Nick.
He beat James Vick, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
you talking
another
about the
promotion.
guy that constantly gets knocked out all the time?
And guess what? He TKO'd him. So fucking watch your mouth, bro.
James Vick has the best
TKOs him.
knockout record ever. I'm talking about him getting knocked out.
Look, honestly, all jokes aside, Andre is filio or whatever. He's legit. He's a really tough dude. I think he's very well rounded. But I think the reason why I'm picking him is because Michael Pereira is just too wild, bro. Like
It's fun though.
he has all the ability to win fights, but he just doesn't win his fights sometimes. Like he doesn't do enough to secure the victory. Like he wants to fuck around, which is great, but he's so
won-
talented.
He's
to
won
me.
3 in a row. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but even in those fights, I feel like he should be
Won 4 in a
landsliding these
row.
motherfuckers, bro. That's
Four
what
in
I
a
think.
row.
He should be landsliding all these guys.
If you go back to, especially because I mean I don't know if people agree with me or not, but Pereira versus Chaos Williams, Chaos beat him. I don't give a fuck.
I gotta see the evidence.
Even Nico Price, I kind of
Like,
felt
no.
like
I thought Nico Price beat him too.
I did too, bro.
Look,
I
guys.
thought Nico Price won.
A lot of accusations here. We don't know the truth.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this too. And if you lose to Diego Sanchez, bro, you ain't winning.
That means you.
No,
He had
that
an
proves
off
my
night.
point, doesn't it? Though.
No,
Does that
Diego's
not prove my
coach chased
point?
him with a fucking knife before the fight. He was off. Okay.
Oh, that's
Fuck.
the one he. Oh, that's when he kneed him in the face, right?
Nah,
Yeah.
Diego won that fight fair and square, bro.
See, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, bro. You telling me this hungry guy from another promotion that's not in the UFC isn't gonna come and take the chance of just knocking his dude or trying to beat this guy when he
Fucking
couldn't?
fine.
And
Everyone here.
honestly,
I'm going Lima. Go, Alex. You got.
he's kind of like on the same thing as Figueroa. Dude, Michael Pieta is huge.
He's so big.
And so at some point that weight cut is gonna mess with
He-
cardio
he's-
first and then chill.
Yeah. He's not going
How
to
does
stay
he
in
make
this weight
weight?
class. He's not going to stay in this weight class for long. He probably has a couple more fights in it, and he's not going to be able to make this weight. He's already struggling right now to hit 170. And, a lot of these fighters, too, they're finding out. He's in that weird weight, though. 170 to 185 is a weird jump.
Yeah.
It's 15 fucking pounds.
Oh,
So
yeah.
obviously, when you see 185ers, they're like 6'2", 6'3". There's some big ass boys too, but he's definitely towering over people in this weight class. And I don't know, man. I saw that Chaos Williams fight. I saw that fool get tagged and cracked. I thought Williams won, and I thought Nico Price won too. So, Pieta's not my favorite right now.
He's going with the Black Shadow. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Demon.
The only guy that can do this shit that's huge is our boy Hamzat. He's bigger than Jan
Oh, we'll get to
Blachowicz, and he
we'll
fights
get
at
to him.
170. You know what I'm saying?
Alex, who you have? So you're going with the new guy or what?
I'm gonna go with Pierre. I think he's really good, and I think he's probably gonna win.
Let's go. We'll make out tomorrow night. Let's do it. Nick, your final pick is a new guy, right?
I'm going Andre.
Andre, touchy
Feel
feely.
it how? Feel it out. Feel it out.
Dude. All right, guys. Next fight we have.
Hey, skip me on this one. You already know what I'm picking, bro.
Dude.
If it's a
Cody.
Nurmagomedov, what are we gonna pick?
Exactly. We have Cody Stam. Is it Staman?
Nah, it's
Stamen.
Stamen.
Staman.
It's
Versus, he said Nurmagomedov. I think the natural thing, like David just said, is you gotta pick a Dagestan fighter, but I don't know. Cody kind of good. So I'm
Have you seen Saeed though? Saeed? Have you seen his fights?
I saw. He didn't lose the last fight, did he?
No.
I don't think so. He's very talented.
Oh, the one before that is one I saw. Okay.
He's very talented.
Oh, but he beat Mark Striegel. That's shout out to that Filipino fighter who I was like talking amazing shit about, and he lost terribly.
Oh no!
Sorry, ONE FC.
Did he roll his ankle like you did?
Basically, he tapped out. He's like, ah. That's so crazy. Dude, he was killing it at ONE FC, and it's like you go to UFC, like, oh, different level. Okay, never mind.
It's the jet lag, bro. I really think the jet lag be fucking people.
But see,
up,
this is what
though.
makes me question ONE FC fighters. I'm like, it's so entertaining, but like, can these guys even hang with these wrestlers? I can't. I don't know. It's tough. I'm gonna go
say
with.
that to Tunley, dude. Tunley is fucking dope.
What was your boy? Is your boy? Nurmagomedov. I'm gonna go with him. Alice, let's go down. What do you want?
Yeah, I got Nurmagomedov. Stamen's good, but man, I think he's kind of like he's the guy that he'll win some, lose some, win some, lose some, win some, lose some. So I think Saeed Nurmagomedov is gonna win this. I think in a couple of years we're gonna see everybody, all of Habib's guys, towards the championship or right up at the top.
Why does Cody Stamen have the Korean alphabet on his chest? What is that? The fuck is that shit?
Oh, it's the Hunger Games.
He's an avid learner.
Shit, it's the thing on the Squid Games, the little card.
I know. I was like, it just looks.
Oh, that's what it is, huh?
It looks like Korean.
He's got an
letters.
umbrella. Wow.
That is the Dude, that's his walkout music.
He should. He should.
Bro, that show was so good, bro. Squid Games was so good.
This fool be talking. He pandering while you're here.
And then
David.
Ozark comes out on Friday, season 4. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
I haven't even seen any of Ozark.
Ozark is pretty
David,
good.
I heard
watch
Ozark's the shit.
Ozark.
I heard it's the
Watch
shit.
it. Oh my god,
Watch
it's
it.
so good,
Watch
bro.
it. It's quite good. It's quite
I
good.
just been watching old videos of fucking Gilbert when he was hella fat. And that shit right there. You want to talk about entertaining?
Hey, were you jacking your dick while you were doing it, or
Couldn't
what?
stop doing it.
Hey, Gilbert,
I was like, hey man, can you do this? Can you do this? Yeah, fuck you, Alex. I was like, hey Dave, can you do the show tonight? I'm jerking off your old fat video. I was like, what the fuck? That's the kind of response I
what did
like.
Gilbert say? And then I'll sell you a new insurance plan. Stay auto, whatever the fuck.
State
shit was
Farm,
tight as
bro.
fuck.
Oh, farmers.
I love that shit.
All right, we got the prelims. We don't have to go through these, but Nick, and Alex, David, any fighters here you like and you're looking forward to?
Victor Henry fighting. I want to see him get a W, and then Ilia Topuria versus Charles Jourdain. I don't know why that's not on the main card, bro.
It should
be on the main card.
Because
Because
they're gonna move it. I feel like they're gonna move it.
Oh wait, there's
I
two
think-
main
I think they
events.
are,
That's
right?
why. Two 5-round fights. That's why.
That's a waste.
That's whack, bro.
Putting that in a
Yeah.
prelim.
No,
Ilia Topuria and Charles Jourdain is a fucking
He's a
firecracker,
banger, bro.
Yeah,
That's
very
a main event on a fight night.
Charles Jourdain is stepping in like on a week and a half notice too.
Yeah, dude. He's
Man,
a savage,
Oh.
bro.
Tupuria is
think,
only 24. Holy shit.
Topuria is
look at
scary
this.
as shit. dog.
There's only 4 fights on the main card, so I feel like they're probably gonna move that one to main card.
I think
feel
Greg
like
Hardy got scrapped, right? Was that the fight?
Yeah,
that
Greg
got
Hardy's out
Ah.
because he like cut his finger or some shit.
scrapped? Ugh.
Nah,
So I think
domestic violence.
Yeah, no, boo.
I think they'll move that one. They're either gonna move this one, the Ili Tapora, or they're gonna move the Victor Henry.
That's a good
Morrison.
fight. That's a good.
know-
Henry looks like Edgar.
I didn't know
Ricky
that Greg
Edgar.
Hardy was supposed to be on the card.
He was
Who gives a
fighting
shit, dude?
the greatest striker in UFC history. You didn't hear
Oh.
about that?
Olenek.
Alexei
Olenek.
Olenek.
Oh my god. Hey,
My guy, bro. Watch your fucking mouth.
They really wanted Greg Hardy to win a fight, so they gave him Alexei
Or he
Olenek.
gets tapped out. You don't know.
He's
Hey,
just
you
gonna
don't know
hug
that,
him to
bro.
death. Greg Hardy's
mean-
very interesting. I don't like the way that he talks for the level that he's at. It's like you talk a big game, you're not at that level to talk like that yet.
What about his tribal tattoos? Are you a fan?
No, but I am a fan of the fact that he likes to hit women. This fucking jackass.
You heard it here first, guys.
by the way,
His
I'm
UFC
completely
career,
kidding.
not a fan. Not a fan.
Yeah, but his fucking his record on the outside of the ring is different.
It's
What a-
amazing.
Amazing.
Oh, he
Flawless.
undefeated.
The way that he was talking about Bam Bam Tuivasa, saying that he pointed at the middle of the fucking case, saying
Stop
"Let's
it.
bang." I'm like,
Yeah.
are you fucking
Yeah.
insane?
Stop
he's all
it.
talking shit. He's like, I thought we were gonna bang, and then I'm like, did you not rewatch the fight? Because I'm pretty sure y'all banged and you lost. So you over here
Yes.
talking weird shit, bro.
He
Bro.
saw wobble legs 1 second, and then all of a sudden he saw Jesus Christ.
Dude.
Jesus Cristo. Jesus
Talking
Cristo.
about guys who talk shit. Let's just get to our We Out Here morning news. Boop, 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 boop. Giga did the same thing as Greg Hardy.
I had to play it for you though.
He talked mad shit. He said he claimed that he beat Cater 10 out of 9 times. That's like, bro, what are you doing, Giga? What are you doing? Alex, you're waving your finger. Diki Matumbo, go.
Yeah, I like I said, I think Giga is overlooking everybody. I think he's a little too cocky for him to say this. Like, oh, I beat him 9 out of 10 times. It's like, probably not though. Like, other than Edson Barbosa, who else have you beat? Calvin Kattar has beat a lot of good 45ers. He has a lot of experience. You beat Edson Barbosa, who is trying out 45, who, you know, I forget. No, he lost the Ige fight. Yeah. Like, it's like, you know, you're fighting someone that doesn't really have like a, you know, it's not like he has a huge rap sheet at 45. Calvin Kattar has beat really tough people. His striking is really, really good. It's like, bro, you really think that he's the greatest 45er out there and you already beat him? And then he's just, this whole cockiness is weird to me.
Does he need to look back at the photo of the selfie that he had with Calvin Kattar? It just, I didn't even know which one were his eyes. It was
gone.
like, it was just all Asian
Very
eyes
rude.
all over his
Very
face. It
rude.
was just,
Very rude.
It
hey,
looked like an Asian hate like
Yeah.
post victim.
yeah. I was like, this fool was doing
Calvin
fucking
Kattar.
chinky eyes 8 times on his face. He had so many fucking slits on his face. It looked like he just had pussies all over his face for crying out loud.
Are you saying Calvin Kattar committed Asian hate?
Asian
on
hate?
Giga Chikadze?
Yes, he did. He goes,
Against
this is
the
a
Georgian
reminder.
man.
elbow.
Oh,
Yeah, Giga needs to shut up.
I think you guys
Take
are all
it
fucking
off.
assholes. That's what I think. I think
All right,
you
Nick,
guys,
honestly, how many times do you think Giga realistically wins in a Cater fight? Would you say 5-5 or 4-5? What are you thinking about? Stop looking at your
look.
lips.
I don't think he wins that many, but I think he wins some. I
yeah.
think he wins a couple. You know
your
what I
voice
mean?
sounds
But-
not convincing.
But what I mean is like I do see kind of where Giga, where he feels that way. I do kind of get it. I understand where he's coming from. Because look, dude, this guy, have you guys heard this guy really talk? Like, he's kind of crazy. Like, he's kind of nuts.
Pretty
And the
Georgia.
fact that, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think he just really, and he has to, like, he's a crazy competitor. He's at the top of the game. He has to really believe that, yeah, if I were to fight this guy, I'd kick his fucking ass again. Like, I lost this time, but we run that back, I'll kick his fucking ass. He kind of has to talk like that.
It's
But
just always funny when people say
I think
that,
it's,
Yeah.
no, for sure. But I respect it in a lot of ways. I used to always be like, man, fuck this. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. But in a lot of ways, I'm like, you know what? I get it. I think he has to feel that way. He has to really exude that confidence. And I don't think it's 9 times out of 10 he beats him. I think it's like maybe 5. I think they split the diff. I think if they were to fight 10 times, the fight would look different every single time. I think
nobody wants to hear that from a fighter who literally got the shit beat out of him.
Yeah.
Like if it was like, oh, you know what, that was a close fight, then yeah, let's have a conversation about, you know what, 9 times out of 10 I fucked this guy up. Well, you didn't prove it in that fight. And even with, you know, just people, when I hate this too when they're like, the only person I lost to was myself. No, you lost to the guy across that you were facing. It's not to yourself, man. Look
but sometimes
your
you
face.
beat yourself. Sometimes you lose yourself because
Amanda
you
Nunes.
disbelieve, bro. Sometimes you
who's
don't
to say-
believe enough, and then you lose because of you. You know what I
But
mean?
who's to say that Calvin Cater didn't lose to himself before that fight either? You know what I'm saying? So what if they both lost to themselves?
He
if they
won,
went and
though.
fight,
He
and then
won,
came and
bro.
won?
They should
kicked
both
his
just
fucking
fuck
ass,
each other.
Dude, I used to say that shit. Dude, I used to say that shit to my teachers all the time. It's like, dude, it's not that I didn't do my homework. It's like, you know what I mean?
I didn't do my homework to myself.
Self.
What is he saying?
I'm like, I
And they're
tried
like-
to do the homework, but it won, so I couldn't finish it. So
And that's
like,
why-
you have to accept it.
It finished
All
me
my best
early,
friends
bro.
were in the special class, and that is not a joke. That is actually facts.
Ramdeep
Oh.
Sadu.
Ramdeep Sadu, baby.
Hey, I know you guys are all Hamzat Chimaev dick guzzlers. You're gonna love this one. I think we called it on this show actually. Gilbert Burns verbally agrees to fight Hamzat Chimaev. Burns wants to fight in Brazil. I am actually very excited about this because I've been wanting Hamzat to fight someone of a very high caliber to truly prove himself. I think if he beats Gilbert Burns, I will also guzzle his dick and jump on that train. I like this fight a lot. David,
late,
you're
bro, too
nodding. Do you like this matchup? And let's do early predictions. How do you see this playing out?
Gilbert Burns is too small. He's already too small for that weight class. And Chimaev is already 2 sizes above the fucking weight class. He's a fucking light heavyweight, dude.
Yeah.
Look at him. Did you see how much bigger he was than Jack Hermanson?
Yeah.
And Jack Hermanson is not some pussy fuck wrestler either. Like,
Pussy fuck wrestler.
all right.
It's a good
Brother.
fighter
What's your
name.
favorite term?
David,
Brother.
just so you know, Gilbert hates Hamzat Chimaev. So
No, I don't hate the hype train that everyone is giving him without fighting anyone yet. Fight someone,
Wow,
then
bro.
I will suck your dick. That's all
I
I'm
don't know.
saying.
By the way, I fucking love Gilbert Burns, and I just think the things that make Gilbert Burns great, all Hamzat has, but then Hamzat also is 300 pounds. So it just doesn't. I don't even know how he makes that weight. It doesn't make sense. He's huge. He's one of those Michelle Pineda guys. He's
He
not
pushes
going to
the
be.
towel down. That's how.
Oh,
how he
that's
does
right,
it.
little towel. So why don't we put 2 oversized people next to each other? Let's put Michelle Pineda versus Hamzat Chimaev, and then
Who wins
Michelle-
that fight?
Oh, you already know who wins that fight.
Hamzat.
Yeah.
Michelle Pereira, dude, by backflip to the fucking face. Dog.
I would love to see somebody try to do a backflip on that fool. That fool will snatch you in midair and grab your
Power
neck and just fucking pow.
Bro, he was telling Dana White, "I'll fight Brock Lesnar. Give me him tonight." Like, bro, he's killing everybody. He's beating Gilbert Burns. And that's my early prediction. He smashes Gilbert Burns like
He
it's
just
no
smashes
tomorrow.
or gets hit a couple times and wins.
He gets hit 0 times again.
Oh my God,
and
this guy.
smashes. And then he goes to Kamaru Usman and knocks his ass out. because
Fuck
that's
you.
what
No, he
Dustin
doesn't,
said.
man. Nick, give us your early prediction. I know you like this
Hey,
fight.
I think-
because you
I
called
think-
this fight.
Yeah, of course. I think Hamzat beats him on the feet. I think he could KO Gilbert. I think he could drop him. Or wherever or wherever the fight goes. I feel like Gilbert, yeah, he's a great jiu-jitsu guy, but Hamzat has the skill set to be able to take him to the ground and I think be able to keep him there. And I think Gilbert Burns can do that to Hamzat as well, but I feel like Hamzat has more of the size and his skill set is a little more potent towards that style. So I think Hamzat can beat him on the feet, but I think he wrestles him.
Wow.
Size matters, kids, especially at this high level. Size does
Yeah,
matter.
dude.
Like we're not
When
talking
everyone's
about
this
some-
good.
Yeah,
When everyone's
it's
this good.
it's not some layman on the street versus a high skilled fighter. These
Yeah.
are people at the highest level of fighting. There's a reason why there's weight classes. And if you have a fighter who is consistently missing weight, right? I mean, he's missed weight a couple times, right?
Hamza?
Who?
Hamzat has
Has
he?
he really?
He almost missed weight on his last fight, but then in
Oh,
his
the towels.
weigh in, yeah, he made it.
It was a
I love
towel.
the new
thing.
symbol. You see the whole crowd going. That's what they knew.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking LeBron James, but just a little
But-
halfway.
But going back to what you were saying too, like Hamza, I think it's the wrestling, bro. Like if he was a striker and he was purely a striker, the hype wouldn't be as high. But because he could literally pick guys up, like a guy like the Leech, like everyone wants to like shit on the Leech after that fight, but it's like
He's good.
that's how good he is. Like that, it's just there's levels, and I think Hamza just shows that there's levels on top of him being a giant man. He's a David So fighting fucking guys that are
Alex
5'7"
Acosta.
and shit.
Let me tell you something. If I was if I was fighting for real, you know, I'd be fighting at 125 easy.
Bro, you had 125.
Beating the shit out of Brendan
You already
Moreno,
died. You died already.
You die.
Think about
your
his.
bones
Think
are-
about
I don't think
David's
they
bone
weigh
structure
125.
at 125. That's an ugly looking Korean.
Yeah.
You can't even do the towel
On the
thing.
scale.
All right, guys. Next piece of news. We take a look at the notes. This is actually interesting what Nick wrote. Amanda Nunes leaves ATT to start her own fight. Jim, is this decision related to her recent loss? And his second question is she really lesbian? Interesting, Nick. You fucking LGBTQ plus question mark
Let's-
hater.
How about we look at the last edit 29 minutes ago and see who was by? Oh, okay. Let's see.
Dude,
oh, there
okay.
it is. Is she
Realistically-
really lesbian? Added by Gilbert Galon. No way.
Damn, mine
dude.
says mine literally, I'm no exaggeration, says last edit was made 29 minutes ago by Nick Dunn.
There we go. I went to your house.
He's not looking at the right thing though.
Guys,
Hey,
first of all,
real quick,
Go
I saw
ahead.
a funny meme, the LGBTQ thing. It was like,
LGBTQ. All
That
right,
sounds like a
Dad.
delicious sandwich.
I know I'm starving and I have one right here that I haven't.
Why do you have so much food?
Dude, what do you mean so much food? I haven't. This is my.
You've been
dinner,
eating
bro.
onion
I'm
rings every
starving.
question, dog.
Yeah, that was on the side, but I'm starving. You know, I had a long day at work, but it was funny because someone asked. There was like
All
a
right,
text. And I
Dad.
was like, "Grandma." Texted him like, "What does that stand for?" And someone responded back, "Luigi got big titties." And then the
I'm gonna
grandma.
start
That's
saying-
not funny, guys. That's not funny.
The grandma responded back. She's like, "Oh, okay, thank you." Luigi got big titties. I'm sure.
You're like, oh, that makes sense.
Speaking of big titties, Amanda Nunes leaves her ATT to start her own gym. I don't know. This is kind of weird. I feel like
That's very weird for a fighter who should be fighting at the top level to be opening up her own gym right now after that fucking terrible loss that she had.
bro.
That's
I
what happened
mean,
to Davison. That's what
why
happened to
would-
Davison. That's why he
but
lost
why
to
would
Brandon
you
Moreno.
why would you attribute that all to your fight team? I feel like honestly, to me looking at the fight, that was mostly
That's you.
her. That was her.
Oh, you.
It's weird. Nick, do you know anything else about this of why she's doing this? Is it really just because she lost?
Well, there was an interesting little tidbit. They were saying that every time Amanda Nunes, she started at MMA Masters, and then she lost to, I think, Kat Zingano. And then she went to ATT, and then she's been there ever since. And then now that she's lost to Juliana Pena, she left ATT. So maybe there is something that has to do with every time she loses a big fight, she kind of
Also,
dips out and needs a change. Maybe 'Cause
Chauncey ass
it's-
motherfucker, dude. She ain't fucking faithful, dude. She
That's what
should
I'm
be more
saying,
like
Chauncey.
fucking Cody Garbrandt, dude. Just get knocked
Yeah,
out 7
dog.
times and still stay.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
what I'm
gonna do
saying.
Mark
yeah.
Henry's forever.
Hey, it
But
could
also,
be-
what were you gonna say?
I was gonna be like, maybe that was what
Kayla?
works for her. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, like she was like, all right, obviously we've been doing the same thing for so long. Someone finally broke that pattern. Let me go somewhere else. I don't agree with it. I'm not saying that's what it is, but that could be with her head. But
Yeah.
yeah, what Nick was just about to say, Kayla Harrison.
Ooh.
Maybe Kayla Harrison, because she
Okay,
might be
okay.
getting closer to fighting in the UFC. So we'll see what happens.
I don't know.
What I did see right before I left work is that currently right now PFL is the top runner for re-signing Kayla Harrison.
Dude,
though.
she gets
So
a
I-
mill every year.
Yeah,
Dude,
she gets paid
you
more
know?
money.
Why
there.
not? Yeah, show does do that shit for 5 years. That's easy, 5 million, and then on top of all your sponsors and the money.
Yeah,
that
she
you
should
fighting.
just stay at PFL. That's the money that she's making. Just stay at PFL.
Yeah.
And then when you're probably like 3 years, let's say like when she hits her prime, but she's not there yet. Get a couple
Yeah,
years,
for real.
then go to the UFC.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
Mhm.
make that money, go to your be at your prime, and then hit the UFC to test your skills. But right now, make that fucking money.
Do it.
Because the fact that she can make millions of dollars while she's still kind of like growing into the sport, dude. What? And she's like the GOAT in her
Dude,
league.
She's
Like,
destroying
no
those
one's
girls,
touching her.
dude. She's
Beating
destroying
the
those girls.
breaks off these chicks, bro. It's fucked up.
She's in she coaches Amanda Nunes, right?
Yeah, they're
In
teammates.
grappling, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like crying. She was like going crazy when she lost. She was like, "Oh my god!" She was like freaking out in the stands.
Well, fuck. But I think that was more because that super fight just got fucked up.
That could be that too. Yeah, that could be that too.
I don't know, Amanda Nunes. She was just like, you know what? I like head movement, but I'm just not gonna do it.
Not tonight.
No head movement, dude. She fucking dropped her with a single calf kick. The power difference. And then she just decided to, I don't know, just throw the whole fucking plan out the bag. I was screaming at the TV, just going, "What are you doing? What?" I was so
the same way.
Upset of the
same way.
year. Ridiculous.
And people love that fight. Why? Why did you like that fight? It was terrible.
Man.
Dude, Nick, why did you love it? That was one of your favorite fights.
Yeah, Nick,
I
it
did
was
it.
your favorite fight on 2021. So
What was my favorite fight? Do you guys remember?
You said that was your favorite upset.
No, definitely not.
And then you said, is
No
she a
fucking way.
lesbian?
I did ask that a bunch. I did ask that a lot. Yeah.
All right, this
I
next
didn't believe it.
this next headline made me chuckle because I think it's so cringe, but also so fun. Connor and Henry Cejudo go back and forth on Twitter, calling each other farts. The first comment was from Connor, which I thought was good. He goes, Henry Cejudo is a little fart. Then Henry responded with a pretty this is kind of cringe response. Ooh, what did he say? He said, "Oh, you're the double chump," right? But then I was like,
Henry winning, bro.
but
Henry
Henry
winning,
saved
bro.
himself. Henry saved himself by going, I thought this was good. What do you know about farting? If you realize that was terrible, it has no likes, I'm going to send this. What do you know about farting? You always run out of gas. I was like, okay, redemption. Honestly, why did Connor call out Henry Cejudo and why are they still
Because they're both
this?
drunk. That's why
They both want fights.
they're just sad. Like, please, somebody fight me.
It's so ridiculous that the Henry Cejudo wants to fight so bad, and like Dana White is not even entertaining a little bit.
Zero.
He doesn't give a. He's like mad. He's like, yo, what the fuck? This guy has a nerve to try to come back and fight in the UFC. What the fuck is wrong
well,
with
it's
this
because Cejudo be asking money like as if he's Conor McGregor. It's like, bro,
Yeah,
do you realize when you retired, literally no one gave a fuck. No one cared that you retired.
And he put his gloves in the octagon. And everyone's like, oh, someone left their
Those
gloves
gloves
here.
are probably still fucking,
They swept them out. They're like, yo, what the fuck?
Ooh,
is
dirty
this?
gloves.
No one gave.
They actually fined him for littering.
Retired, bro. I can't tell you, bro. This is like the first time when I was reading tweets that it was about people that I don't give any fucks about. I started falling asleep. Like, oh fuck, like. I'm like, dude, who gives a fuck about these people, bro? Let's fuck, like, Connor's
He's from Arizona,
done.
though, bro.
I know
Yeah,
he's
that's your-
from
that's your
Arizona,
boy,
bro, but
dude.
just be a coach, bro. He's over here asking about money like as if he's the greatest fucking thing that we've ever seen. And everybody wants to watch him fight. No
Is
one
he not
does.
Triple C though? You're not
You
Triple
beat
C.
DJ,
He's,
dog.
he's Triple C, but I think he's bigger in his head than he is bigger in real life, bro.
Oh, shit. That's a
no
song
one-
lyric.
I mean, his
No
head
one-
is quite big though. Literally, I think it's
It is.
gigantic.
It's almost
It's
as
as
big
big
as
as mine.
fucking- Yeah, it is.
No, it's way bigger than yours, bro. That shit is huge. That's
Yeah,
a
but-
noggin
a heavy
right there.
head.
The
Yeah.
thing is he's asking for crazy money from what the sources say, right? And he's just not a draw. Like who? Like that's. I'm not even trying to be funny. Literally, no one cared when he retired. They were
Yeah.
like, all right, cool. Who's gonna take the belt? Who's gonna fight next? Like, no one gave a fuck about him. So it's just like you over here trying to just jump in front of all these people at 45 and then get mad that you don't get it. You let GSP do it. GSP, Henry Cejudo, way different levels, brother. That's all I'm gonna say.
How dare you compare yourself to GSP, bro?
Exactly.
Yeah, he's
How
fresh
dare you.
Canadian, man.
Apple was
Jesus.
gifted a lot of wins too, in a lot of people's opinions. You know, I mean, I think he's an amazing athlete, but we all know with that DJ fight, a lot of people felt that he lost. I was actually there, and the only reason why I knew that he didn't lose was because
You were there?
I was there. I was like five rows back.
Oh, wow.
So the only reason why I knew that he was going to take the W was because I knew the UFC was going to trade him off to one.
Yep.
Because that was the talk. And I'm like, yeah, they're not going to allow DJ to have the belt and then leave the division open. They were just going to give it to Henry. And so like a lot of people find that they don't think he won it. And then on top of that, with his fight against Dominic Cruz, right? And we saw with Dominic Cruz's last fight against Pedro Munoz, he got rocked and he was scrambling up, and you saw how hard he came back in the next round. And that was Dominic Cruz's argument. He goes, I was still fighting up. I was still getting my way up. And everybody said that Dominic Cruz was full of shit. Well, guess what? Same thing happened with the Pedro Munoz fight, and he proved how amazing he was.
And he actually proved how drunk Keith Peterson was.
Yeah.
And
proved that shit, dog.
the Pedro Munoz one, he
drunk.
was hurt way more.
Dude, Pedro,
Yeah.
it was
Way more.
mid shift, hit him with a hard ass jab, rocked him, and he fell. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
And did you see the round when he came back? Piecing him up.
Bro, he looked good.
So
Keith
I don't
Peterson,
know.
you better think about that, bro. You better think
Think
about
about
that.
it, bro.
Peterson, go hang out with Bam Margera.
What?
He just
All
looks like he's
right.
best friends with Bam Margera, bro. I don't
He's
know.
in the Jackass movie. He's the
Yeah,
new one.
he took Bam Margera's in Jackass 4. He took
All right, guys, we'll close out the show with this last news story with the true or false. Jake Paul claims he made $40 million from boxing last year. Alex, true or false?
don't give a fuck, but probably honestly, that first Tyron fight I felt like was pretty big. So it's like, you know, maybe with all the
How many times did he
sponsors and
fight?
shit.
Twice. That's it. Just Tyron.
That's it.
No,
huh?
yeah, I think 40 million's honestly maybe doable.
You're trying to say this guy made 20 million fighting a retired UFC fighter. It's
No, I think he probably made like 25, 30 the first fight, and then like made like
Less.
10 or some shit like
His
that the
last
second
fight wasn't a big draw. Like I actually don't know anybody who bought it.
Nope.
So
I didn't.
Mm.
yeah, like none of my friends, nobody bought it. Nobody even cared. So it was just one of those things. Like I saw it because somebody sent me a video clip of Tyron, you know, faking the knockout.
Oh wait, hey, really quick, hot take. Would you? Are you on that side of the fence?
I'm like,
Me?
I feel. Go ahead. I don't know. I'm gonna sink away.
No, Alex definitely thinks it was.
Nah,
it was
you,
all
and you
planned.
guys were bold, bro.
Hey,
You guys got
I was
rep
just
it, yo.
on, I was on Genius Brain a couple weeks ago, and me and David had this whole conversation.
Oh, okay.
This shit was hella fake. I don't give a fuck, bro. That shit was hella fakes. There's all.
I'll
these
say
shit-
this, right? So I know I had a couple of conversations. They believe that it wasn't. Nick is one of them, and then Pat also believes it wasn't fixed. But I just keep looking back at it, and I have to go with my gut, and I still feel like it's incredibly fixed, only because of what he was trying to swipe away. I mean, the argument is that, you know, he was making a lot of novice boxing mistakes, right? And as I continue to sink in further and further, like he was kind of
He's slowly out of frame.
Yeah.
He shows up in Alex's room. Comes back up.
right.
Like this, all of a sudden my arm, he's
Yeah.
over here. Like,
He's trying to sweep away with the opposite hand. It wasn't the right hand to sweep it with, but he wouldn't make a mistake,
He's
especially 'cause-
dumb, bro. He's
yeah, but he's an MMA fighter, right? And an MMA fighter, by sweeping in and of itself, he would do it with the correct hand.
But would Tyron do that?
I don't
He
think
would
so,
do
dude.
it with
He's
the
not a
correct
big sweeper, bro. He's not a big sweeper. I don't think so.
Hey, I mean, he does hop in the car with no roof. Hey, hop in
the car, no roof.
Hey, you know what
Yeah.
I think? I think we just wanted Jake Paul to get beat up so bad.
That's
We
my
just-
fellow YouTube
we-
brethren. How dare you?
Yeah,
we
you
just
asshole.
we just entrusted. No, I'm a fan of Jake Paul. Actually, I think what he's doing is quite inspiring in a lot of ways because
I just want him to give me some money.
yeah, just give me
Seriously.
some money, bro. And I think he would. I think if you approach Jake Paul, I think he would give you some money.
Hey,
So,
hey, ain't gonna lie though, his low kicks not bad,
not bad.
not fucking bad, dude.
I'm kind of rooting for him, bro. I'm
low
kind of rooting for him.
Low
Wait,
kicks
low
are
kicks.
not
What are you
bad.
talking about?
There's a video
he's-
of
Has a
him
video of him
throwing,
doing low kicks.
kicking pads.
Oh shit, I didn't see that. It looked good.
It looked good.
Oh
For a
my
first
god.
I could have taught
He's
him.
gonna-
I could have taught him better, but like,
What
you
if
know,
he
it's-
fights
yeah, it's
Connor and beats Connor with leg kicks? Oh my
good. he
God.
breaks the shin. Ah!
Guys, that is our show. I'd like to thank Papa So for being here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you,
Much
Papa.
appreciated. Make sure you follow David and everything. Follow us at Lift God. Follow Nick at Nick the Ear. Follow me at Gilbert. Follow us at We Out Here. Thank our sponsors. Prime Sports Drink from Jake Paul and KSI. Send us some. God, those guys are making so much money. Can we just get them Paul's money? Jesus Christ.
Just
David,
bunch
just
of-
Any good?
pair up with Bart to sell a sports drink.
Who the fuck is gonna buy a sports drinks for me, dude? Look at me. Like what the fuck? If you want to have peak performance athlete, right here, buy my sports drink. Fat fuck liquid.
Do you want to sink into a
Hey.
chair?
That foot liquid might sell.
Okay.
Alex, hit the music out. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. And also Manscaped. Use the code We Out Here. Thank you.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu.